Hi, if I ask a question, what are the top tech companies of the world? Many people of this generation will easily said Apple as a first answer because Apple product is everywhere and everybody uses it, whether it would be an iPhone, an iPad, or a MacBook. Apple's MacBook has always been on top of the list for the people looking for new computers because it has low maintenance and a modern design. But unfortunately, the 2017 MacBook Pro models have a bit of a technical flaw, more specifically, its keyboard. After a period of time, users of this particular model started to notice that the keyboards are not functioning properly. The keyboard started to get stuck, reiterate characters on their own, and become unresponsive, which happened because of Apple's newly designed butterfly keyboard. In order to understand why it doesn't work, you need to understand how the butterfly keyboard is different first. Conventional keyboards have a scissor-like mechanism which contain two plastic legs that are crossing each other, resembling a scissor like this. And however, Apple decided to up the game by changing how the legs work. They adjusted the scissor leg to take up less space by positioning them in a different shape, a shape of a butterfly. Hence the name butterfly keyboard, shaped like this. Basically, all keyboards have an X design under each key, but Apple changed the X to a V. X to a V, like this. The design of it was genius, if not revolutionary, and it also helps reduce the size of the computer, which is what Apple has always been trying to do, making every Apple product thinner and more sleek. However, the feature that makes it special is sadly what also causes the problem. The butterfly mechanism under each key is extremely fragile, and even the tiniest speck of dust can make the key cease to function. The malfunction happens when minute particles fall through the slits between the keyboard and get jammed between the space that the butterfly mechanism needs when the key is pushed. Usually there is an empty space for the legs to move freely, but when there is something filling up the space, the keyboard will stop functioning properly. This results in the keys to not register the letter, repeat, and not bounce back. Unfortunately, there is only a few ways to prevent the malfunction. The most effective way seems to be to buy a silicone cover for your keyboard. It comes in various colors and patterns. You could also avoid eating food with crumbs while you're using your MacBook, or vacuum the keyboard regularly, which will help reduce the rate of the particles on the keyboard from falling, but it will not remove the dust that are already under the keyboard. Or you can also get it blasted with compressed air, but the chance of it fixing your computer is slim. Luckily, Apple decided to upgrade the design in more recent models, but by placing a silicone cover under each key of the butterfly keyboard. This will help the lower chances of the dust that fell from the slits from jamming and making the butterfly mechanism malfunction. However, this is Apple's latest solution. They just remove what causes the problem. Yep, they did it. They stone cold replaced the butterfly keyboard with a traditional one, like the scissor mechanism. They also claim that the new scissor mechanism is an improvement from the traditional ones because they reinforce the structure of the keys with fiberglass. But don't worry, there are still hopes for older generations of butterfly keyboards. If there are still problems with their keyboard, Apple will happily replace the keyboard with their most recent version of the butterfly keyboard. This only happened after they received the 3 class action lawsuits. But here's the condition, and don't forget this. They will only replace it if your product is under the warranty and experience difficulties with the keyboard. They also claim that not all issues regarding the keyboard root from the butterfly mechanism. But I just don't know why they can't admit publicly that there was a flaw in their products. To be honest, it is really a shame paying $1,000 for a computer and end up with a broken keyboard. But as a user of the butterfly keyboard myself, I think it's worth it because Apple replaced it for free, and it doesn't happen to all the keys, and all the overall experience of the MacBook is fantastic, and I think it's really worth it for the price you paid. Also, if you are a user of a butterfly keyboard, don't forget to get yours replaced for free at the Apple Store. Thank you. Goodbye.